Just a heads up, Father's Day is only a week away, and nothing makes a dad happier than to know you have a good job. So we start this week's Explore Tulsa with a place that has the tools to set you up.
Then the history of work.
Followed by summer fun music.
Plus, it's good times at Kendall Whittier.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. Hi, and thanks again for joining us for this week's Explore Tulsa. You know, Stevie, we have visited over 1,000 people who have started their own businesses.
Yep, and the first thing I think of about having my own business is working at home in my PJs.
Ugh, nice visual, not. But for most, success comes from being part of a community with office space and amenities that help grow a business.
Yeah, like the swanky new digs at 36 degrees north.
I think the best thing Tulsa has going for it is a community of people who want to support innovation. In our very nature, we're willing to take risks because the city was founded on people who were going out and digging a well in the ground and hoping that something would come out of that. And I think entrepreneurship at its core is still very much tied to that. It's people who are going where nothing exists yet, and they see something that isn't there and an opportunity that could exist.
About 4 years ago, our foundation commissioned a report to look at really a gap analysis for entrepreneurship in Tulsa. And what we discovered actually were there were a lot of people that were working in this space and acting as resources and community partners to entrepreneurs, but they were all incredibly siloed, so no one knew what anybody else was doing. And so what the report told us was, among many things, that if we had a physical space that could bring the community together, we could much better support and strengthen our entrepreneurial community. So that's what really started our quest to help build this space.
36 Degrees North is Tulsa's base camp for entrepreneurs. So we are a physical gathering place where anyone who is starting a business or has a business and wants to grow it, that they can connect to a place to work, to resources, and to a community of other entrepreneurs.
You can have a fantastic idea, but if you don't have the support system surrounding you, it's really difficult to implement an idea successfully. And so that's what's so fantastic about this space is that you have the idea people mixed in with the people that are here to really support your idea and help you grow your business.
A lot of our companies that are here start out as just an idea and maybe haven't even launched yet. So we still have a lot of kind of infant stage businesses. At the same time, we have companies that are 80 years old. Coney Islander is a great example of, they have an office here and they're here thinking about, okay, what does it look like for the next 80 years of our business? So entrepreneurship is not just starting, but it's about how do we grow and continue to grow. Another great example, I think, of a company growing is Resolute PR. When they started, it was 2 employees. They joined right when we opened. Now they have 9 employees that are working out of the space, and it's a really cool story of being here. It has, I think, brought them business. It's made the connections for them as an organization, and then they've been a great contributor back to our community as far as helping people and other startups going through some of the same stages.
We're thrilled. I mean, I think I could say that for the George Kaiser Family Foundation and the Tulsa Chamber, who also partnered with us initially on this vision. I think we're thrilled to see the number of businesses that have found success here and that the community that's been built around the businesses. There are workshops constantly, there are meetups, we're seeing new faces in and out of the space all the time, and to me that means that we're doing a good job and that we're reaching people and supporting people and people are finding value.
Ultimately, we want to take away the concern about physical office space so that you can really focus on your business. So we take care of reception and printing and coffee and even furniture. And you just show up and you're ready to go and you can work on your business. So a lot of what we do is making introductions and making connections. We work with incubators and mentors and accelerators and educational partners like OU and OSU and Tulsa Tech. Seeing people be passionate about something is really contagious. I think it helps us feel like we're part of building something special. I think the community here is really the ultimate thing that we're building in modeling healthy corporate culture Even though we have 260 members across 40 different industries, we're all still kind of co-workers together and peers. And so learning how to support each other and challenge each other. There's a lot of going to lunch and just hearing about what issues are going on in a person's life and in their business, and how those things connect and overlap.
And how that can make a significant impact on Tulsa being a great place to live, work, and play.
Everyone at 36 Degrees North seemed to be really getting into getting business done and helping each other do so.
To learn more about Tulsa's newest business base camp for entrepreneurs, visit 36degreesnorth.co to find out how to get your space.
That place had everything. Working has changed so much through the years thanks to technology and resources.
And if you don't believe Stevie, because you never know when he's just really pulling your leg,
Really?
stay close, because coming up, we'll take a peek at the new Smithsonian exhibit at the Museum Broken Arrow, next when Explore Tulsa continues.
600 million people from over 238,000 miles away watched what no other person had ever done before. Neil Armstrong became the first man to step on the surface of the moon.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Television brings us more than just entertainment. It brings us history. History that changes our lives. Sony and Video Revolution take you there, from space travel to world championships. Tomorrow's technology today. 4K smart TVs and the largest flat screens available. Now more than ever, you have the best seat in the world when history is made. Video Revolution. On the northwest corner, 71st and Lewis.
Gluten-free, organic, natural, whole grain, all words used by marketers to make you believe you're buying healthy food.
Even when the product isn't necessarily good for you.
But there's an easy fix. Instead of believing what's in front of you, turn it around and read the label. Find out what's really in the product.
Our goal is to eliminate sugars, grains, and breads from our diet. Start by eliminating sugar and grains one day each week.
Each day without sugar and grains is one day closer to a healthier you.
Visit our website to find our free glycemic index food chart to learn how specific carbohydrates affect your body.
Hello, and thanks once again for continuing with us for more Explore Tulsa.
Trish, could you imagine sitting 100 stories up, your legs wrapped around a steel beam while you were eating lunch?
Not even for a second.
That's the way they used to do it back in the 1930s when they were building the Empire State Building. Scary down there.
To honor and remember the workers and conditions they endured, the Smithsonian has a traveling exhibit called The Way We Worked, now available to see at the Museum Broken Arrow.
We all grew up listening to stories from our grandparents about the way they worked. When you walk in this room, you will be reminded of those memories because these pictures from the United States Archives are fabulous. We're so excited. Our new exhibit is entitled The Way We Worked, and it's from the Smithsonian. The Museum on Main Street program teams up with the Smithsonian, Oklahoma Humanities, and the United States Archives. About 2 years ago, an email came through on our system and was talking all about this exhibit about how American labor has changed over the last 100 years. Well, here in Broken Arrow, we've gone through great changes from poultry and cotton and coal to being number 3 in manufacturing in the state of Oklahoma. So we thought this exhibit is perfect for our audience in our region. So we applied, and we were one of 5 locations in Oklahoma accepted. And it's here, and we're truly excited. Well, one of the things is when you walk in this room, you will see how far we've come in our daily work. For instance, the safety standards that there are in construction projects. It'll make you think, 100 years ago when you put breakfast on your table, it may have taken maybe 5 people to put breakfast there. Now, if a simple plate of eggs and bacon could take thousands of people to make that reach your plate, from the farm to the manufacturers to the truck drivers to the grocers. So our lives have truly changed. Well, our mission here at the museum is always keeping history alive. And when you go to our second floor, it highlights all the richness of Broken Arrow history. And so this exhibit lets us be excited about our work history. And when you go to our second floor, you'll see some of that. How we had coal mines here in Broken Arrow, how we were cotton farmers, how it was important for us to have a train depot here because that's how we got our goods and services out. So this exhibit ties into our history. One of the neat things is while you're down here in this exhibit, you can actually take out your cell phone, dial a number, and listen from a curator at the United States Archives tell you what you're looking at. Even if you went to Washington, D.C., you might not get that, so it's truly unique. Yes, our goal is to continue changing this exhibit hall out. I'm excited to say in the month of August, we're going to have an exhibit called Pics on 66. It's all kinds of wonderful photographs from Route 66, and everybody has a story of Route 66. So we're continuing to change, and as always, we'll have our annual Christmas tree exhibit soon. One of the neat things is to see parents with their children or grandparents with their grandchildren and them pointing to pictures and say, oh, that's what we did in our family, or, oh wow, I remember that. And it's really neat to kind of listen in on their conversations and hear the stories. And everybody that leaves, they leave having a conversation. And that's what's truly important, because we cannot keep our history alive unless we're communicating with each other. Every day is a new day at the museum. One of the great things about my job is meeting people and hearing their stories, hearing their family history, or hearing, I saw this on the second floor and my grandma had that in her house, and just hearing that. And it truly makes you think, if we all just shared a little bit of our history every day, I think we'd be better able to communicate with each other and understand our world better.
I really enjoyed all that great history, and I saw a piece on office assistants who use shorthand, and I remember when my mom was learning how to make those silly little squiggly lines.
To learn more about the way we worked, visit brokenarrowmuseum.org. The exam will be at the museum now through July 7th.
I really love all that history. I was wondering, what was going on in Tulsa like 70 years ago?
Well, for one, post-World War II was the beginning of the Starlight Concert Band.
And we'll find out all about their tradition of great music for T-Town when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
Our most beautiful 4K HDR TV. Easily manage your cables for even a clean rear look. It hangs flat on the wall, just like a piece of art. Yet its slimness creates astounding images. Experience new discoveries with Android TV by getting instant access to everything you need. Introducing the latest Sony 4K HDR TV.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Hello again. In case you haven't noticed, I have my outdoor picnic-wearing shirt on, ready for this year's Starlight Concert Series.
This year, the Starlight Band is celebrating 70 years of bringing amazing music to Tulsa.
I wonder if they need a kazoo player.
I think they're good. With over 50 professional concert band members, we're sure to get the best performance for each show.
You know, music is, it's what all musicians want to do. We want to perform. It's multi-generational. My father played in this concert band in the late 1960s, and some of my first musical memories was to going to Old Skelly Stadium where the concerts were then and watching my dad play euphonium in the concert band. I play euphonium in the concert band now, so it's sort of full circle.
Well, I just graduated from college in 1971, and they needed a baritone player. And baritone euphonium is one of the more rare instruments. I play trombone and euphonium. And so as I graduated from college that very summer, the conductor at that time gave me a call and said they were looking for a euphonium player. Would I be available? And that's how I got started, 1971, playing euphonium.
He has sons that have played in the band, and it has been an institution. It's ever since the end of World War II, it's been a time for Tulsans to come together and sort of enjoy in what today is a sort of a throwback to a previous era, the summer band concert.
It's a concert band, which means that we play anything from Broadway to movie themes to current concert band literature, lots of marches, lots of patriotic things. So it's all styles of music in an ensemble of about 42 people. Traditional kind of band in the park type thing.
You know, we don't have a gazebo, we have the wonderful Guthrie Green that has a wonderful stage, but other than that, it's that same sort of nostalgia, and yet we also have a dedication to providing interesting music today. And so it's a mix. For some, it'll take people back to their youth. For other people, it'll be sort of an experience that their parents or grandparents had that they can have here at Guthrie Green.
They are all professional musicians in the Tulsa area. Some of them are TSO players, Tulsa Symphony Orchestra. Some of them are signature symphony players. Some of them are jazz artists around town that do like little trios in some of our local clubs and stuff. They all play professionally to some extent. Very few make their total living just playing professionally. So we have doctors, school teachers, lawyers, all kinds of different professions that play professionally here in Tulsa.
So we try to operate the jazz band as sort of a repertory orchestra where maybe one concert will be devoted to the music of Duke Ellington, another one might be the music of Kansas City and Count Basie and all the great music that came out of Kansas City. This year, for example, we're going to go back to the big band era to do a concert featuring some of the great big band classics as well as pieces that you might not normally hear that are sort of cult classics, if you will.
I've had a really good time doing this, and I was a player for the first 24 years, and I've been conducting for the last 16. And you know, over the years, it certainly has evolved, and I think I tried to, in my time with your band, tried to evolve into more of a thematic concert each time. And this year we have an Americana theme. We have another concert called Born in the USA, and of course it's going to feature composers and music just from USA. We got one called On the Briny Sea, which is going to be a lot of thematic material like you know, things that go with that motif. And then we always do a movie night. And on movie night it's all movie themes, and the last thing is a silent movie at the end, and we have an organist play the music for the movie.
Even our concert band concerts are the same way. It's a little bit of everything. It's really an opportunity for people to go out here on the green, relax, you know, enjoy a beverage. The sun's going down, you know, you get a breeze coming up on the green. It's just a pleasant atmosphere. We try to provide great music that just adds to a great summer evening.
Dale and Rich really love their music, and I'm super excited about the Night at the Movies performance coming up July 11th.
For a complete calendar of the performances coming up, visit starlightbands.net to plan your summer at Guthrie Green.
You know, another place to find silent movie nights is at the Circle Cinema.
Well, the entire Kendall Whittier district makes for a fun night out, and Ed Shar tells us all about it next with more Explore Tulsa.
We do podiatry, we do dental oral appliances, we do women's health. We see children, pediatrics, and overall family care.
I'm a primary care provider for Sooner Care. We're also taking commercial insurances now as well. Any given day, I might do a well child on a 4-day-old baby and then see a 72-year-old who's here because they need to follow up on their sleep study.
Patients seem to like the idea where they can just come here and they don't have to worry about going to all these different specialists, whether they need a sleep study or a CPAP machine or diabetic shoes or an oral appliance. We help bring all that to the table for them.
And especially with oral appliances, custom fit by a specially trained dentist, and we have Dr. Bennett, who's the best in the business.
It has been my dream to be able to work with all the specialties together. There are not many places in the United States that have all parts of this together. To me, it's amazing, and that's truly how sleep and patient care should be.
Take charge of your health. We are what we put into our bodies.
We approach medicine from a unique standpoint. Rather than treating only the symptoms of an illness, we work to find the root cause and promote wellness of the entire body.
Our clinic offers complete assessment and treatment programs, including hormone replacement therapy, osteopathic manipulative therapy, and genetic DNA testing. It all starts with a medical evaluation.
Contact us today to begin your path to wellness.
Hi, it's good to see you still with us for more Explore Tulsa. Now, Stevie, where else in town do you like to take your wife for date night?
Because the Circle Cinema kind of reminds me of a theater I used to go to as a kid. We like to go there and then walk down around the corner for some of that Mexican bread at Pancho Aña's Bakery.
Ooh, plus there's plenty of new restaurants and coffee shops popping up every day at the Kendall Whittier district.
The state of Oklahoma has 7 certified cultural districts, certified by the Oklahoma Arts Council. And in Tulsa there are 2. There is the Brady Arts District and Kendall Whittier. Well, Kendall Whittier at its outset in 1909 was a collection of small craftsman houses and little mom and pop retail, very small scale, around a trolley line that came out of downtown. Then in 1926, this intersection that is directly behind me was part of the original alignment of Route 66 through Tulsa. And when the highway came through in November of 26, it really encouraged a building boom. So from 27 to 30, many of the buildings that you see around here today were built. Many people have asked, who was Kendall Whittier? And there actually wasn't a Kendall Whittier. We were named after 2 different gentlemen. Henry Kendall, the Reverend Henry Kendall, was a Presbyterian minister that the University of Tulsa used to be known as Kendall College. It was named after him. And there was an elementary school built immediately next to the Kendall College campus, and they just named it Kendall Elementary. And that was built in 1912. In 1916, an elementary school about 1 block north of here was named after the Quaker poet John Greenleaf Whittier. And then in the 80s, they combined the school districts into the Kendall Whittier School District, and that name has stuck for our overall district. Well, this area had seen a lot of decline. When 244 cut through the neighborhood in the late 60s, it took out a lot of the commercial buildings, it cut our neighborhood in half, and business went way down, a lot of vacancies, a lot of problems, and that continued all the way through the early 90s. A lot of the property owners who were still here got together in the early mid-90s to try to stabilize the area. And then really in the 2000s, we started to see things start to really blossom. Ziegler Art and Frame stayed here and never left, which was a huge turning point for us, the stability. When Circle Cinema was reestablished in 2004, that really planted a flag for creativity and culture here. And then we started to see businesses start to follow those 2 sort of creative anchors of our neighborhood. We're growing here very rapidly. We've had 31 businesses open up in my nonprofit service area in the last 4 years, and more on the way. So I really think that the future of Kendall Whittier is going to be more of the same, but just more options. So you'll have dinner and a movie options, more than 1 or 2. You'll have lots of art, gallery experiences, great local businesses. And I think that what we're going to do is fill out our roster of uber local businesses that are unique, sort of destinations unto themselves, and really just create that experience of shopping, coffee, sweets, dinner, movie. That real experience is really our present and our near future. Our revitalization has happened pretty quickly, although it's really taken us about 25 years to be an overnight success. But for me, this has been easily the most rewarding work that I've ever done to help local businesses find their place here, host an event or two that brings life and vitality to the district, work on a little beautification and fixing up historic structures. So it's incredibly meaningful to be a small part of the future and the revitalization of this area. It's fun. It's great to see a place really come to life and see life and vitality and vibrancy where there wasn't any. So I think everyone who's a part of this neighborhood really feels that. They feel like they're part of something special.
I am glad Ed straightened that out for us, because I always thought Kendall Whittier was just one guy.
To learn more about upcoming events and other great things to look forward to, visit historickwms.com.
You know, the new Wonder Woman movie is out, and I have a big celebrity crush on her.
Of course you do, but what does your wife have to say about that?
She's not worried because she says Zeus would never let his daughter go out with a guy that's so short with zero superpowers.
Stick around, there's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Sony and Video Revolution take you there. From space travel to world championships. Tomorrow's technology today. 4K smart TVs and the largest flat screens available. Now more than ever, you have the best seat in the world when history is made. Video Revolution. On the northwest corner, 71st and Lewis.
Be sure and join us next week when we get ready for the 4th with Great Scott Fireworks.
Special thanks to Dustin Cruzon and Meredith Peoples for showing us around the new 36 Degrees North.
My thanks too to Lori Lewis for showing us the Smithsonian's travel exhibit, The Way We Work, now at the Museum Broken Arrow. And thanks to Dale Barnett and Rich Fisher for getting us ready for the Starlight Band series this summer at Guthrie Green.
Plus thanks to Ed Sharp for giving us a peek at the history and future of the Kendall Whittier District.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
And hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook and share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for all your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zollner and Associates.
Home of Tulsa's best eye care value with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
And we welcome our newest sponsors, Doctors Mark and Michelle Sherwood at 61st and Sheridan.
Remember, your journey to whole body healing and wellness begins with the Functional Medical Institute.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.